Everyone loves to sleep on the brake barrel. Scroll through any airgun forum, any Facebook group, any comment section, and you'll find the same tired narrative repeated over and over again. PCP is king, brake barrels are outdated, spring guns are for beginners. And honestly, that lazy opinion has been costing shooters some of the most rewarding experiences this sport has to offer. Because here's what the so-called experts conveniently leave out. When a brake barrel is engineered right, with a solid power plant that cycles without beating itself to death, a trigger brake so clean it almost feels illegal, and a barrel that's actually matched to quality pellets, something remarkable happens. You stop fighting the gun and start trusting it. You get a platform that needs no tank, no pump, no regulator, and no babysitting. Just a cocking stroke, a pellet, and results that will genuinely make you question everything you thought you knew. Today, we're talking about the brake barrels that got everything right, the ones built with intention, not just to fill a price point, and why the most mechanically satisfying airgun you'll ever shoot might not be the one loaded with the most gadgets, but the one that needs the fewest of them to get the job done. Starting off at number 7 is the Gamo Swarm Gen 3i. Every brake barrel shooter knows that feeling. Clean shot, second opportunity right in front of you, and by the time you've manually reloaded and recocked, the moment is already gone. Gamo looked at that exact problem, sat with it, and then engineered the Swarm Gen 3i specifically to make sure it never costs you again. The Gen 3i comes in .177, .22, and .25 calibers, powered by the IGT Mark I gas piston with an oversized 33mm cylinder. That larger cylinder is not just a spec detail, it is what pushes performance into serious territory. In .177, you are looking at up to 1,650 feet per second with alloy pellets. In .22, up to 1,300 feet per second, and in .25, up to 965 feet per second. Muzzle energy reaches up to 26.6 foot-pounds in .177 and .22, and up to 33 foot-pounds in .25, delivering real pest control and small game capability from a fully self-contained platform. No tank, no compressor, no external system, just the rifle and the shooter. The standout feature is the 10X Gen 3E inertia-fed magazine system. Gamo integrated a horizontal rotating magazine directly into the action, holding 10 rounds in .177 and .22 and 8 rounds in .25. The key detail here is simplicity. No battery, no motor, no external mechanism. The recoil of each shot cycles the magazine automatically, indexing the next pellet straight into position. That keeps follow-up shots fast and fluid without breaking the brake barrel workflow. The Whisper Fusion suppression system uses a dual-stage baffle design built into the shroud, reducing report to a noticeably softer level compared to standard brake barrels. Not silent, but controlled enough for pest work and semi-residential environments where discretion matters. Now, the honest reality. Cocking effort is around 41 pounds of force, and that is something you feel over longer sessions. It is not a casual effort rifle, and shooters with limited upper body strength will notice it quickly. Performance is also pellet sensitive. The Gen 3i tends to prefer mid-weight lead pellets, typically in the 7 to 10 grain range for .177, with carefully matched weights in .22 and .25. Lighter alloy pellets can push velocity higher, but accuracy consistency drops, so tuning the ammo to the barrel matters more here than on many other brake barrels. If the Gamo Swarm Gen 3i raised the bar for multi-shot brake barrel performance, the Umarex Emerge pushed it even further, adding 2 extra shots and making 12-round capability feel like the new standard. 12 rounds, 1 magazine, no manual loading between shots. In a category where 10 rounds used to define the ceiling, the Emerge turns that number into the baseline, all without adding external systems or complicating the brake barrel process. Break it, cock it, close it, shoot 12 straight cycles without ever reaching for a loose pellet. The power plant is the TNT gas piston built around turbo-nitro technology. It delivers smoother cocking, longer service life, and consistent performance across temperature changes where steel spring systems typically start shifting point of impact. Calibers run in 0.177 and 0.22. Velocity reaches up to 1,000 feet per second in 0.177 with lead pellets and up to 825 feet per second in 0.22 with standard 12-grain pellets. The 17.5-inch barrel gives the platform enough length to stabilize velocity and support consistent accuracy at practical field distances. The defining feature is the 12-round auto-advancing rotary magazine. Each time you break the barrel, the system automatically indexes the next pellet into position. No extra steps, no manual rotation. Just a continuous break, cock and fire cycle repeated 12 times without interruption. The silence air suppression system uses an integrated multi-baffle design to reduce muzzle report to a level manageable for backyard and semi-residential use compared to traditional gas piston brake barrels. Not silent, but controlled enough to make a real difference in close environments where shot noise matters. A Picatinny scope rail replaces the older 11mm setup, providing a more stable mounting platform that holds zero more reliably through repeated cocking cycles. The two-stage adjustable trigger allows the brake to be tuned to the shooter's preference, improving control and shot-to-shot repeatability. Now, the honest reality. The Emerge requires strict discipline when it comes to dry firing. It must never be fired without a pellet or a properly seated magazine, as the gas piston system depends on that load for safe operation. Ignoring that rule can cause immediate internal damage. Pellet selection also matters more than expected, with some profiles feeding more smoothly than others through the magazine system. Once you find the right match, reliability improves significantly. For shooters who want high-capacity brake barrel performance with modern gas piston consistency, the Umarex Emerge delivers one of the strongest all-around packages in its class without asking for anything extra beyond the rifle itself and the right tin of pellets. Sliding into number 5 is the Norica Omnia ZRS. The Norica Omnia ZRS is a revolutionary Spanish-engineered brake barrel air rifle that shatters every traditional limitation of piston air guns by delivering a completely recoilless shooting experience that directly mimics the performance of a PCP rifle, without the PCP price tag. Omnia ZRS comes in .177, .22, and .25 caliber. The power plant is a gas piston, smooth cycling, cold weather consistent, and free from the spring fatigue that degrades a traditional Springer over time. In .177, the Omnia pushes pellets up to 1,035 feet per second. In .22, that figure reaches up to 870 feet per second. The wood-stock version runs slightly lower, 984 feet per second in .177 and 755 feet per second in .22. Overall length runs 47 inches, and weight sits at 8.05 pounds in the synthetic version and 8.8 pounds with the wood thumb hole stock. Cocking effort measures right around 29 to 30 pounds throughout the stroke, lower than most brake barrels at this power level, with a noticeable bump at the end of the cycle as the ZRS system locks into position. Now the ZRS system, and this is everything. ZRS stands for Zero Recoil System, and it is exactly what the name says. Instead of the entire rifle kicking forward and back when the gun fires, Norica patented a design where the barrel and action assembly move independently inside the outer stock housing. When you pull the trigger, the internal action recoils forward within the stock, but the stock itself does not move. Your hands feel nothing, your cheek feels nothing, and your scope, mounted to the outer housing rather than the moving action, stays exactly where you zeroed it. The two-stage adjustable trigger breaks at 2 pounds 9 ounces on the second stage with a first stage pull of 1 pound 5 ounces, crisp, predictable, and customizable to your preference. The rifle comes with a hooded fiber optic front sight and an adjustable fiber optic rear sight ready to use out of the box, plus a long 11mm dovetail scope rail that takes full advantage of the recoilless operation. An adjustable cheek piece and rubber butt pad complete a stock that is genuinely comfortable for extended sessions. But here is where the real trade-offs show up. The Omnia ZRS is pellet selective, especially in .177, where heavier 8 to 9 grain pellets usually deliver the best accuracy after a 200 to 300 shot break-in period. Lightweight alloy pellets tend to open groups up noticeably. Some rifles also ship with slight second-stage trigger creep that may need adjustment. And at $400 for the synthetic version and nearly $530 for the woodstock model, it sits in a price range where the competition gets very serious. Moving on to number 4, the Weihrauch HW95 Luxus, a premium German-engineered spring-piston brake barrel air rifle from the legendary Weihrauch Sport, delivering a refined balance of lightweight handling, efficiency, and match-grade accuracy that makes it a true workhorse for both small game hunting out to 50 yards and disciplined field shooting. It is a spring-piston brake barrel available in .177, .20, .22, and .25. That .20 caliber option alone sets the HW95 Luxus apart, because very few production air rifles still offer it, and experienced shooters already understand the advantage that caliber brings at mid-range distances. In .177 with 7-grain lead pellets, the HW95 averages around 958 feet per second across 10 shots, producing between 13.3 and 15.5 foot-pounds of energy. Real-world numbers, not inflated alloy pellet claims built for marketing. The rifle weighs 8.7 pounds with a 14.25-inch length of pull and a 1 in 16-inch barrel twist rate. The barrel is threaded with half-inch UNF threads for a moderator, and the 11mm dovetail rail includes 3 arrestor holes to prevent scope creep under recoil. The Luxus designation brings a genuine stock upgrade over the standard HW95, walnut-stained beechwood, checkering on the pistol grip and forend, a raised ambidextrous cheek piece, a longer forend, and a solid rubber butt pad that improves both control and feel. Now the trigger, because this is the part every HW95 owner talks about the moment someone else picks the rifle up. The record trigger is Weihrauch's fully adjustable 2-stage match unit, breaking cleanly at around 2 pounds from the factory. First stage travel, pull weight, and brake are all adjustable. And once you feel a properly tuned record trigger, most other brake barrel triggers start feeling like compromises you were simply accepting without realizing it. Accuracy is where the HW95 Luxus truly earns its reputation. Sub-1-inch 10-shot groups at 25 yards are consistently achievable, and 3/8-inch groups at 30 yards are realistic with quality pellets. More importantly, it performs well across a wide range of pellet weights and designs without becoming overly selective. The automatic safety engages every time the rifle is cocked, requiring a deliberate disengagement before firing. The front sight tunnel accepts interchangeable inserts. The micrometer rear sight allows precise elevation and windage adjustment, and the rifle is backed by a limited lifetime warranty in the USA through Airguns of Arizona. One honest note, like every serious spring piston rifle, the HW95 performs best with the artillery hold. Grip it too tightly, and you start fighting the firing cycle instead of working with it. Let the rifle move naturally through recoil, trust the platform, and it delivers the kind of precision that has kept this design respected for decades. Holding the number 3 spot is the Sig Sauer ASP20. Most break barrel air rifles are built by airgun companies. The Sig Sauer ASP20 was built by a firearms manufacturer in the same New Hampshire facility where Sig builds duty pistols and precision rifles, and that difference becomes obvious the second you handle it. ASP stands for Advanced Sport Pellet, while the 20 refers to the 20 foot-pounds of energy produced by the .177 version. In .177, velocity reaches 1,021 feet per second with an 8.64 grain-laid pellet. The .22 version pushes 23 foot-pounds at 841 feet per second using a 14.65 grain pellet. And this is where Sig made a decision that deserves real respect. Instead of chasing inflated alloy pellet velocity numbers, they tuned the ASP20 around heavier lead pellets running at stable subsonic speeds for real downrange precision and predictable performance. Overall length comes in at 45.6 inches, with weight around 8.5 pounds, balanced extremely well for a Magnum-class break barrel. The glide light cocking system is one of the smartest engineering features on the rifle. Most rifles producing this level of power need close to 50 pounds of cocking force. The ASP20 cuts that down to around 33 pounds through an articulated cocking shoe and optimized leverage geometry that reduces friction across the entire stroke. Then there is the Matchlight trigger, one of the best factory triggers ever fitted to a production break barrel. It is a patented two-stage adjustable system with 8 pull weight settings ranging from 2.5 to 4 pounds, adjustable with a standard screwdriver. Out of the box, it breaks cleanly at around 3 pounds, with a crisp and repeatable feel that experienced shooters notice right away. The breech wedge lock system tackles one of the biggest long-term accuracy problems in break barrel designs: barrel droop. Dual wedge-shaped locking surfaces at the breech force the barrel into the exact same alignment every time it closes, helping maintain a stable point of impact over extended use. Sig also rifles every barrel in-house. The nitron-coated steel barrel measures 14 inches with a permanently attached 5.5-inch suppressor, bringing total barrel length to 19.5 inches, and each barrel is air-gauged and bore-scoped before leaving the factory. The gas piston system eliminates spring fatigue, performs reliably in cold weather, and produces noticeably less vibration than traditional coil spring designs, aided further by a synthetic dampener built into the base of the piston. Real-world accuracy results back all of this up. Groups of 1/3 to 1/2 inch at 35 yards are consistently reported, with shooters regularly pushing reliable accuracy out to 75 yards with the right pellet selection. One honest consideration: the ASP20 is a scope-only rifle. There are no open sights included, so factor a quality airgun-rated scope into your total investment. A small number of early units showed mechanical issues, though these appear to be isolated quality control cases rather than a systemic design flaw. Some air rifles come and go, but the Beeman R9 just refuses to disappear, showing up year after year on pest control jobs, field target ranges, and backyard setups, quietly outperforming rifles that cost far more. Built in Germany by Weihrauch, the R9 remains in 2026 one of the finest spring piston break barrels ever made. Simple, refined, and brutally effective in the hands of a skilled shooter. The R9 is available in .177, .20, and .25 caliber. The .20 caliber option alone sets it apart. Very few production break barrels offer that choice, and serious shooters who understand what .20 does at mid-range distance appreciate it deeply. In .177, the R9 averages right around 935 to 940 feet per second with 7-grain lead pellets, producing approximately 14 to 16 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. That is honest, real-world power, not an inflated alloy pellet number printed on a box. Cocking effort measures between 35 and 40 pounds, and the cocking stroke is smooth and rattle-free throughout. No grinding, no resistance spikes, just a clean, consistent cycle that locks up with a satisfying chisel-type barrel latch. The record trigger needs no lengthy introduction to anyone who has spent real time in the brake barrel world. It is the two-stage, fully adjustable match trigger that Weihrauch built its reputation on. Factory set at 2 pounds 2 ounces, crisp, predictable, and adjustable for pull weight, first stage travel, and second stage position. Shooters who handle the R9 for the first time consistently stop at the trigger. It sets a standard that most brake barrels in this price range cannot reach, and once your finger knows what a record brake feels like, every inferior trigger reveals itself immediately. The R9 comes with metal open sights, a hooded front sight accepting interchangeable inserts, and a rear sight adjustable for elevation and windage with 4 distinct notch options, plus an 11mm dovetail rail for a scope. It is not pellet picky. Independent testing showed excellent accuracy across a wide range of pellet weights and designs, with the best results coming from quality 8 to 10 grain lead pellets in .177. Groups of pellet on pellet at 25 yards are consistently achievable once the rifle is broken in and the right pellet is matched to the barrel. And the best part of the Beeman R9 is how thoughtfully everything comes together. The automatic safety engages every time the barrel is cocked, requiring a deliberate deactivation before firing, a simple feature that builds real shooting discipline into every cycle. And backing it all up is Air Venturi's lifetime repair warranty for the original owner, supported by factory-trained technicians and genuine factory spare parts, the kind of long-term support that is becoming increasingly rare in the airgun world. It's built around Omni piston technology, delivering user-adjustable pricing. The mainstream release runs in 0.20 per second, producing up to 19.1 foot-pounds directly with the chosen power setting, ranging from 25 in under 7 pounds, making it one of the more manageable full-size barrels physically demanding over extended sessions, and any fixed power platform. The custom two-station that budget brake barrels rarely offer and serious composite frame engineered to handle harsh weather, mud. 22 is the mainstream release, and the adjustable power one specific purpose will find equally capable options for field hunting without compromise. The Omni Storm makes a case that that's the full breakdown of the 7 best brake barrel air rifles worth your money in 2026. And if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it is that simplicity does not mean compromise. It means control. The right brake barrel can still deliver accuracy, consistency, and real-world performance without tanks, compressors, or complicated setups getting in the way. If this helped narrow your decision or saved you from buying the wrong rifle, drop a comment and let me know which one stood out to you the most. And if you want more deep, no-nonsense breakdowns like this, make sure you are subscribed, because the next one is already in motion.